Hello, everyone. This is Selena Belisle, the founder of CE Institute. I'm also one of the instructors here that teaches CE classes for body workers in the cosmetology industry. We also teach, even though we don't issue CE hours for other industries, we have physical therapists, occupational therapists, acupuncturists, chiropractors, and so forth in our classes, because we do have some pretty good information and modalities that with proper education can be executed by multiple industries, even nurses and so forth. And today we're going to talk about retailing, which can go across all of these industries. It shouldn't be just exclusive to cosmetology or aesthetics and so forth. It should be for any industry or establishment that can provide health or cosmetology beauty service. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's pain relief or if it's an improvement of appearance. It doesn't matter. There's retail for all of this. If you're not already retailing in your establishment, you're probably losing income opportunities. If people do not purchase certain products from you, they're likely to purchase it from others. So it's really important not to lose these sales. And if you're providing great therapy or great services to your clients will likely want to support you as much as they can. And part of that is they know that buying products from you is supporting you financially. So having these products readily available to be able to improve your income, and it helps create a little bit more client loyalty, especially if you have a product that's rare and not available elsewhere and they like it and they want more. There's a lot of reasons why you should retail, and let's hope that you're not missing out on these opportunities. So right now, I'm going to give you about 50 questions that you can ask product manufacturers to help determine which product manufacturers you want to retail and create partnerships with. That product manufacturer is almost like a business relationship within your business, but don't forget, you pay them. Okay, so they should be working for you, not just vice versa, where you're just trying to sell their products and buy more and increase their sales, then hence, increasing yours. But you are doing them a favor when you're acquiring their inventory and reselling it for them, okay? So you want to interview these people as if you're interviewing a partner and choose the best ones that are going to support your business and be a positive reflection and improvement to your business, not somebody who's going to detract from it or cause negative repercussions to your practice. Now, I do have 7 ways to promote retail, retain clients, and make more money in another video. Please do watch that video in addition to these 50 questions I'm going to go through with manufacturers, because that will also be helpful in trying to set up a retail practice within your establishment. So I have about a dozen different points that I want to review of what might be important information to think about when choosing which product manufacturers you want to represent. Okay, you don't always have to go with a product manufacturer to retail at your practice. You can acquire your inventory through things like Big Lots or Dollar Tree and resell that way. But I would highly recommend partnering at least with one large product manufacturer, because they can provide a lot of benefits and exposure to your business and excitement at your establishment. And let me tell you how you can achieve that, right? So when you're looking at your product manufacturers, one of the things I want you to consider is efficacy of their products. Okay, you want something that hopefully they've done research studies, they can provide this to you. Hopefully it's published with PubMed.gov. PubMed.gov is a place where a lot of research is published worldwide, free in the National Library. So any type of product manufacturer that's selling product like a cream that's supposed to be a pain relieving cream, hopefully they can show you the active ingredients, some type of science or research that shows arnica can relieve pain, or cinnamon is a vasodilator and increases blood flow, hence can reduce pain, or whatever their claims are. Hopefully this is backed up with science or evidence that you can learn about and then share as an educational checkout with a client. Training is critical, in my opinion. I'm an educator, right? So I want free training from my retailers. Your retailers really should not be charging you for training unless they're certifying you in some type of product. And then I still have a hard time paying for education when I'm paying, you know, $20,000 or $40,000 for their machine or something like that. Today, we're going to only talk about retailing products such as things like creams, lotions, maybe like jewelry or candles, not about selling equipment, which is another retail opportunity that you can have. I'll give you an example. We were an endermology practitioner. Our machines cost around $50,000. And then LPG, the endermology manufacturer, came out with these self home units that were like $1,500 or something. That is really high-end retail, and you should probably look into more education and have bigger discussions with retailers about providing $1,500 sales or so forth, more so than what I'm going to review in this video here. So training. If you're selling like massage creams and just basically over-the-counter products to relieve pain or improve appearance, I do want free training from the manufacturer. This can be pre-recorded online classes. I should have product manuals that give me instructions on how to use, what the best benefits are, all of the active ingredients, known applications, how they're benefiting the client. Why is that ingredient in the product? Because that's part of your education to the client if you want to promote a sale. Okay, services. I want a sales rep or some type of customer service from the product manufacturer. If I'm using a large manufacturer to obtain my inventory, sales reps can make or break you. They can alert you to great sales promotions that they have within their organization, so you can get in ahead of the line before it sells out, and these types of things. And sometimes I've had bad sales reps where they're kind of lazy. They're just kind of fulfilling orders. If you have returns and so forth and you need the company to take them back, your sales rep might be able to create that bridge to make an easier return and so forth. Sales reps are important. A lot of companies have eliminated them, and now you're just doing your business online through websites. It's a less personable approach, but I think service is really important. Make sure you're receiving some type of service from your manufacturer. You don't want to get stuck with products that you can't sell or being returned or having problems with. Maybe your sales rep can help with that. Optics, very important. Okay, if your product manufacturer was selling a product that had some type of carcinogenic in it, and now there's like bad news all over the internet about that name brand, you don't want that on your shelf. Okay, maybe you do, I don't know, but I want it. So look at the company and do a Google search on them online before investing in their brand. Because if you're trying to promote sales for a product that's known to be a less than popular, or maybe they've done things in the past that were not the most legitimate manufacturing. Maybe they had active ingredients that weren't thoroughly studied and found to be actually harmful to humans. Maybe they do animal testing, which is a big no-no these days, and that's all over the internet. You want to try and avoid products that could have a negative reputational backlash to your own business. Keep in mind, it might be difficult to sell a product that has a negative reputation. Now, return policy. I found in establishments, and I've done retailing on a mass scale for over 15 years, one massage therapy practice for 10 years and another high-end spa for 5 years. Very rare do we have returns of products, but if you're selling a $400 cream and the client doesn't like it, you don't want to get stuck with that $400 cream. So let's make sure, and when I was working at Ritz-Carlton, we had $450 creams. So let's make sure that if a client does return a cream of that value, that we can return that to the product manufacturer and hopefully get our money back, right? Pureness, this is huge. I did a contract with a organic spa, and one of my goals was to hire a new staff, train them, and get them working for a new owner. And I was shocked. This was about 10 years ago. I was shocked at the population that was seeking out this spa specifically because they only sold organic products. And when even the cotton that they used for their iPads and so forth, all of it was organic, and they advertised that. And they had a huge following for it. So think about when you are choosing your product manufacturer, do you want to go into an all organic business? Because believe it or not, there's a market for that. It's huge. And if you have that organic practice, even though it costs more to operate, you might have a larger market following that can justify those higher operating expenses. You can probably charge more for it too. Eco-friendly. When you're choosing a product manufacturer, you definitely do not want to purchase things that are perhaps in styrofoam and other materials that are not recyclable. There are some people that they might love the product, but they do not want to leave a huge footprint. They're going green these days. It's not just a trend. This is a lifestyle that people are committed to. And you want to make sure that the product manufacturing is not in packaging that is not eco-friendly. You might also want to point out if the company is eco-friendly, that's part of your educational checkout when you're promoting your products to sell when their client is paying and leaving your practice, if they are an eco-friendly and how they are eco-friendly. That's part of the educational checkout. Now, shipping is really important. We used to, one of the product manufacturers that we repped was Dermalogica. And if you purchased, I forget what it was, maybe $250 or something, you get free shipping on your products. And that's a really big deal these days because shipping costs just continue to rise. If you're paying for shipping, that eats into your profits. So it's really important prior to choosing your manufacturer. If you're in Florida, or on the East Coast, and you chose a product manufacturer on the West Coast, your shipping costs are probably going to be a lot greater than finding a product manufacturer on the East Coast where the shipping costs might be less. So do factor in shipping costs when trying to determine your manufacturer where you're going to purchase your products, if you have a choice of where you can purchase them, because that shipping can eat into your profits really quickly. Samples, testers, and back bar. Okay, one of the things that I want to see if I'm using a product manufacturer's creams or what have you in the treatments that I might retail at the cash register, be nice if they gave me discounted back bar, right? Wholesale prices to use in the actual treatments. That's called back bar when you're using the products in the treatment itself, not for sale. Testers are something that are in a retail size, not a wholesale size or back bar size. Testers are something that should be in an attractive display at checkout. So prior to purchasing, if the client, let's say you applied a cream on their back that they can't really smell it or really feel it, it's nice to be able to have a tester bar where the client can put it on their hands, be able to smell it and so forth. The tester bar, if the client enjoys that tester experience, then there's a greater chance that they're going to purchase the product. Free samples are great. They pass on the sale, no problem. I have a couple free samples for you to go home and continue the experience. And just remember that we have the products here at the establishment. If you want them, let us know. We can ship them to you, so forth. Or hopefully, you know, in your next visit, if you liked it, if you felt it was valuable, you can purchase it on your next visit. Now, availability. This is really important, and I always consider this when purchasing our products from manufacturers and selecting them. I do not want to have a product that's necessarily next door to somebody who already has it and is really well established with it, unless they're trying to steal their clients, and that's just bad business and bad karma, so I don't even go there. So with availability, I want to make sure that I have products that might be exclusive to my area. Hopefully I'm the only one that's retailing them in the area, and that makes the client hopefully want to book more appointments with me because their favorite products are with me and they can get those at my shop. Now, marketing. Marketing is really important, and hopefully your clients have some form of marketing excitement and promotion that they can offer you that you can pass on to your clients. Many of our product manufacturers usually had a monthly, quarterly, or every 2 months product promotion. And in that product promotion, they had posters, they had that you could put on the wall posters, they had checkout placards, and they would give you specially discounted prices on these products that they were promoting at the time. So that can increase your profit margins when you're still maintaining the same price, but you purchase the retail for less. Or you can pass on that savings to your clients and keep your profit margins the same. It's up to you. I know with some of our product manufacturers, if you bought like 12 items of the same product, you might get one free. Or if you purchase 6 items of the same product, you might get like maybe 10% off. I usually took advantage of those product pricing incentives because that increases your profit. Okay, there's only so much you can usually retail a product for. If somebody can get that same product online for the same price, or they can buy it from you, they'll probably support you and buy it from you. And that saves them possible shipping costs as well. But if you're selling it for a little bit less, obviously they're going to buy it from you. The one way that you can achieve better profits is if you can pay a lower price for the inventory itself. And part of that paying the lower price is taking advantage of programs such as buy 12, get one free, buy 6, get 10% off. If you can buy at a lower price and sell at the regular retail, then you're going to increase your profit margin. And the 12th point that I'm going to review with you before giving you the questions to ask manufacturers so you can achieve these 12 points is profitability. In many retail environments, the standard markup is you double the wholesale price. So if you paid $5 for a product, you'll sell it for $10. If you paid $15 for a product, you'll sell it for $30. Keep in mind, whatever you paid for shipping is going to come out of that profit, right? Some products, especially very high-end products, if you're buying like $1,000 products like the equipment and so forth, they might only have like a 30% markup. So let's say you're selling the product for $1,000, you might be paying $700 for it and only earning $300. Those brushes, I forget the name of them, but those are like $100 and $150 brushes. And they also make body brushes too, which are really cool. They give a really good exfoliation to the body. Those run around $200, but the markup on them is only about 30% instead of 100%. So look at the profitability on products. Don't assume that everything's going to double in price, and don't assume it's only 30% profit, because the profitability margins are going to be different with different manufacturers and possibly even with different products with the same manufacturer as well. So it's really important to choose wisely when you're choosing your product manufacturer. Hopefully we've given you some things to think about of why you would want to really maybe you have a favorite product and you just want to retail that. That's fine, but it's not the best business decision if you haven't done your homework, looked at profitability, looked at their green footprint, their reputation. That's going to reflect on you and what's on your shelf and so forth. Try and consider those. Make it a business decision in addition to a personal decision. You should love your sales rep. You should love the product line. If you don't, the client will not feel that enthusiasm at the sale and they're less likely to purchase. So how do you go from considering all these factors to communicating that to the product manufacturers? What I did is I put together a list of, I think there's about 50 questions here, and I'm going to go through the different questions so that you can have a clearer communication process. Sometimes the product manufacturer will skirt around and not answer these questions straightforwardly, and you know, you have to determine if you've received the answer to the satisfaction, or if you didn't get the answer you were looking for, or perhaps the answer was something that is a deterrent, and now you know that you shouldn't be retailing their products. So these are the questions I would ask the client. I want to email them and ask a sales rep or customer service rep to email this back to me. They probably wouldn't do this, but you can certainly have sales reps come to your establishment, or you can call the product manufacturer and get a hold of customer service or what have you, and ask them these questions. It's almost like interviewing them prior to investing into them. So one of the questions, what makes your product special? That's going to be great to learn, because when you're doing that educational checkout, now you can regurgitate what your manufacturer has told you, as long as you know it to be true. Why would I want to use or retail your products? Again, maybe you learn these key details that, oh, wow, that's really important. You want to continue to share that with your clients. What makes your product something your clients want to purchase? Okay, they might have an active ingredient in their product that no one else has, maybe across vasodilator products or something like that, something that warms the skin. So if you can show that your product is special, that's probably going to help you improve your own sales. What are the active ingredients that make your product effective? Okay, if they weren't able to say this is special, at least try and learn if everybody's using this active ingredient, why are they using it? What is its efficacious purpose? The more you learn, the better you're going to be able to retail and provide that educational checkout. Where do these active ingredients come from? That's really important. When we retailed Ayurveda, the product line Ayurveda, they have a wonderful story about where some of the products are manufactured. Particularly, I believe they're argan oil, and they showed goats and trees eating these nuts, and this is where they're harvesting them from. Also with Eminence, they have a wonderful story about their product development and manufacturing, and the active ingredients within their organic farms and so forth. These are wonderful stories that you can continue to share at checkout to achieve sales. Is there any published research studies that show effectiveness of your products? If there isn't any research, then you can at least ask about the active ingredients and see if you can collect research on the active ingredients if they don't have it on the products themselves. Okay, is product training available? We've already discussed this. If they don't have it, they're behind in the industry. And if somebody's behind in the industry and not providing normal industry standards, I really question their motivation in selling their products. And remember, this is a business. You're trying to grow your income, and you want a partner, a product manufacturer that's going to help you sell that income. One of the ways they can help you sell it is through training. So if their training is really weak, you might want to look at them and decide if you want a weak partner. Okay, do you have in-person training? Many of these product manufacturers, I'm recording this during COVID, and time is evolving with online education and live webinars and so forth. But many of the manufacturers pre-COVID were doing in-person training where they would come to your establishment if you had a large enough staff. Sometimes they might put you together with 2 or 3 establishments and do training together that way, or they might have, like Dermalogica had the Dermal Institute, where you could go to their establishment. The same with Pavonia. They have some of these groups have corporate training environments that you can actually travel to them and train at their facility, which is usually nice. You usually have to pay for your own training, but the training is usually free. And again, when you're employing people and you want to provide employment benefits, this is why you would work for my establishment versus, another establishment, your competitor. Well, I have free training available, and one of those free trainings could be from your product manufacturer. So do you have a training facility? Where is it? Hopefully it's in close proximity to your business if they have one. If they have online videos, what training is provided in the online videos. We had an employment manual at my businesses, and I tried to include like training supplements and what was available that we usually disperse with our employment manuals to our new hire staff. Are there any written product service manuals? This is really important. I'll never forget, I had an esthetician once running out of the treatment room, and this woman, it was a facial service, and her face was on fire. and she had done a aggressive chemical exfoliation. And I knew right away, and this is from reading the product service manuals over and over, that she did not cleanse or neutralize after the exfoliation. So I was able to go in and immediately help this client, and that was through training. Okay, it's not like I have some, sixth sense of knowing that I needed to cleanse and neutralize that skin. It was from the product training and the training manuals themselves. How you contact your product sales rep or customer service is equally important. If there's no support that you can get through to process returns, set up training, discuss like bad deliveries, maybe product was damaged upon delivery, what's the point? You need a partner that's going to be there for you and help you with any type of issues that come up with retailing. What's the average response time to questions? I have never worked with a retailer where I cannot get a response within 24 business hours. That's fine if my rep's on vacation. That's something, that can't be avoided. Usually you'll have somebody that will be covering for them. That's great. But I probably have never worked with a product manufacturer that can't respond within 24 business hours or is not available immediately during business, because I just don't do business with them. These people are your partners. And if you have an absent partner, that's not going to be very helpful to your business. Are any of your products being reformulated or product packaging changes being made within the next year? I say this because I was with one product manufacturer. We were doing great business, but it's turned out their number one selling product had a carcinogenic ingredient in it. I really wish I would have known that before stocking up on the product and promoting it and selling it to all my clients, because I regretted those sales and promotions. So sometimes they know that things are coming down the line where, okay, we're going to move away from this product because it's got some bad things coming down the pipeline about it. You should learn about that prior to investing and selling. Sometimes you're just trying to unload the product, but hey, what are you discontinuing in the next year? Are there any lines you're discontinuing? And if your customer service rep was dishonest with you just to achieve sales, I usually buy in. I try and go small. Sometimes the bigger buy-in, the better discounts you get. But keep in mind, if you have a dishonest rep, you probably don't want to continue to do business with them. So what type of customer support do they have if there's a bad customer product experience? Let's say some client is experiencing some type of reaction to their product and I don't know what to do. It's really important that if the client can contact the manufacturer directly, there's some type of customer service that can help them. They probably want to go to a doctor if there's a bad medical reaction or something like that. But the product manufacturer, it would be great if they had some type of staff to respond to very serious inquiries, such as that example. Does the product manufacturer pay for return shipping in addition to product credit or refunds when the customer returns a product? Usually, if you have customer returns and you return that to the manufacturer, they're not going to give you your money back, because then you could just return all your retail. If you return your retail, they usually only give you maybe 70 or 80 cents on a dollar. Okay, they don't like taking retail back once you've acquired it. But if the customer has returned the product, I would want at least 100% product credit for future product purchases. So do you charge a product restocking or return fee? And do you still charge shipping for expired or damaged products and so forth? If your products arrived at your establishment damaged and you have to pay to ship back their damaged product, now you're losing money. Okay. Now that has become an expense, not a retail opportunity. And if your product manufacturer is going to stick you with their expenses to retail their products, I consider that to be a weak and bad partner. I wouldn't want to do business with them. Maybe they have a product that flies off the shelves, so you have incredible sales to take that chance of paying shipping expenses for bad or damaged product, but I wouldn't. Also, make sure if your product has an expiration date, ask them, like, do you have some type of mechanism where you're never going to ship me a product that expires within less than 1 year? Some of our product manufacturers have shipped us product that expired the same month that it was shipped. Well, if the client's use of this product is, it's a 3-month product, they get 3 months of uses out of it. How are they going to purchase something that expires this month and then get 3 months of use out of the product? That's a bad partner. And if you get product that is about to expire or has expired or does not have a reasonable expiration date on it, you should be able to return this at no expense of your own. The product manufacturer should have never shipped that to you in the first place. You should check your expiration dates when you're unpackaging your products and putting them for retail sale, because your customers probably will. And if they didn't check it but saw it after the sale, they're going to be upset and probably want to return it. So let's just avoid all that negative. You might want to ask, what's your average remaining shelf life of your products once they arrive on your doorstep? Sometimes products might expire within 6 months of manufacturing, which would be highly unusual or unreasonable. Any type of sunscreen type products, usually these have a quicker expiration than maybe an average massage cream or oil product. Okay, but some oils, especially organic oils and creams and so forth, they have less preservative, they have a shorter shelf life. You want to consider all this, especially when ordering, so you're not ordering products that can become rancid and go bad with a bad expiration on your shelf. And if it does, can you return it to the manufacturer without, a restocking fee or anything like that? And so what's their open product return policy? Obviously, when it comes to returns, the product will likely be open. If there's any type of green footprint with your product manufacturer, are the products organic? Where do you harvest your product ingredients from? Some countries have better reputations than others as manufacturers and where ingredients originate from. Okay, so this is something that you might want to consider for your own reputation and for that educational checkout, such as if your products are manufactured in Hawaii, that might be, or Vermont, that might be a little bit better of a sales pitch than if your products were manufactured in China or a country where there's less human rights and not the best reputation right now. What is your corporate message about healthfulness, also mindfulness with your products and so forth? Hopefully they have social media that you can repost some of their educational general information, tips for the day, living a better life. And if you can use some of that material to fuel your own social media and business, that takes away from time that you have to spend on marketing, and now you have a product manufacturer doing this for you. That's great. You didn't even pay them for that. It's almost like getting a free publicist. What is your product packaging like, and do you use eco-friendly and recyclable packaging materials? We talked about this earlier. Some clients are going to be very attuned into that, and you might lose a sale if eco-friendly is not considered. Do your products have refillable containers? That goes into the eco-friendly consumer, okay? So when there's refillable options, that is actually a great educational checkout when you can talk to them about, this is an eco-friendly product because you're only going to purchase the container one time. Then we have refills, and refills are usually more affordable. So that is another great educational sales pitch. What's your corporate message about care of the environment? Again, hopefully they're going to be a little bit of a free publicist for you, because if they're doing things, I know with Aveda, let me see here. We had, if you sold certain products, they would plant a tree, or if you sold a certain amount or something like that. I think with Dermalogica, they did the same thing of putting plants on their rooftop of their business with certain sales. These types of things, we had little placards. We would mention at the sale, by the way, we're going to plant a tree if with every product purchase with one of these. So if you purchase 3 of this, 3 trees will be planted from your sale. Those are great educational selling points, and they usually make the sale for you. So free shipping, that's great. Maybe they have minimum orders with free shipping. And if they don't have minimum orders, is there flat rate shipping? Okay, there's no sense of acquiring a product to inventory and resell if your shipping cost wipe out all of your profit. Okay, so make sure that you consider your shipping expenses when you are acquiring inventory. How long will your product take to arrive? I was ordering from this manufacturer in California, in Hollywood, California. It was actually private label, and we made it our own business line. So we were print screening on the product containers our business name, which was great. But sometimes it was taking, you know, up to a month with print screening for the products to arrive. That's a really long turnaround time. So that's going to go into your ordering. You might want to reorder before you're, you know, less than 50% sold on your shelves and so forth. This type of information is going to help you do better business so you're not sold out and missing sales. If the product's endured a long shipping period in an extreme climate, what type of responsibility is the manufacturer taking for the efficacy of their products? If you're specifically in the business of organic product use and sales, if you are, I'm in Miami, Florida, and in a tractor trailer, unrefrigerated tractor trailer truck, I'm sure the temperatures in there can be up to 150 degrees or higher. And if I've got an organic or any type of product with great active ingredients, that's probably going to destroy some of the active ingredients, make the product it can become rancid more quickly, right? Just heat up an oil and leave it heated for a month. It'll be not smell terribly great after a month. If it's an organic specifically an organic product. So look at shipping. If it's refrigerated shipping, how long, you know, if they're shipping and it's 10 days on the road with ground shipping in extreme temperatures, that probably is going to have an impact on your product's efficacy and a negative impact. Also, if your product freezes, if it's 10-day shipping in freezing climates, that actually might change the suspension of the product, and something that might be smooth might be gritty. You might want to check this with your testers in your back bar to make sure that the product change has not occurred, because if you retail it and a client finds this in their bottle, they're going to be very unhappy with it. What do you have to do to become eligible for free samples, testers, and back bar and so forth? Sometimes you have to purchase minimum sales. Sometimes if you pay $200, you'll get maybe 10 free samples, but if you pay $1,000 for your products, you'll get 50 free samples. So make sure you're trying to get the most samples you can. We feel that these are great gifts and takeaways at the cash register. You might, somebody who purchases retail, you might have if you purchase this yoga bomb, we're going to give you samples of the biofreeze or whatever you would do. Normally you wouldn't cross different manufacturers like that, but it is an option that you can have, and then the client has 2 different products that they can try. Who will compete for product sales? This is specifically asking how many like businesses in your area are going to carry your products. Sometimes your manufacturers, if you're purchasing a certain amount per year, will give you a non-compete in your area. I will not sell to another retailer in your area within a 2-mile radius or 10-mile radius, depending on where you're retailing. Are these products available on Amazon or in the beauty stores and so forth? Be very careful with this. We were holding at least 2 product manufacturers that were not selling online on their own website, nor available in online retailers. They were only available in spa and massage establishments. And that was one of the selling points. And that's one of the reasons we chose them, is because if clients liked the product, they came back to us. But they actually changed their sales strategy while we were holding their product. One of them, we were holding about 40,000 of retail, and you know, they started selling online at their own website, which we found quite souring, because you know, people would probably go online and order from the product manufacturer. They were doing things like free shipping and so forth, which we want to do in our own establishment when our clients ordered from us. So, you know, see if you can get it in writing, maybe, if they're going to be selling exclusively through spas and establishments, a time period before they will, you know, a notification period that they'll give you prior to retailing online or something. Really important. You don't want to get stuck with a bunch of product that's now being sold online and undermining your own business. If your products are in a saturated marketplace, let's say you really want the product, but everybody on your street is selling it, See if you can use that as a negotiating or bargaining point. What extra can you give me if I become another person that's just going to retail your product in this area where you're already saturated? Now, think about getting your product on your business on their website. Okay, hopefully the product manufacturer has a list of retailers in the area. Sometimes people want products that day. Okay, it's providing some type of therapeutic benefit or benefit to them that they cannot live without it, and they've gotten off the airplane, or maybe they're new to the area and they don't know where to get this product. They can look on the manufacturer website and they know to go to you. I will tell you, I was shocked. Back in like 2008, this woman walked in. She bought $2,000 of retail, and the average retail item was about, I don't know, $25, $30. She brought a suitcase and she packed it. So that was a happy sale for me. It was a 50, I'm sorry, how do you say that? It was doubled in price. So if it was a $25 item, I paid $12.50 for it. And with that line, I usually bought 12 and got one free. So I probably paid a little bit less than $12.50 for each item. So with a $2,000 sale, I made $1,000 in 10 minutes. And I'm not making $1,000 every 10 minutes with massage service. So retailing can be quite lucrative and very profitable. That's how I achieved that sale. And I achieved other sales, not for that dollar amount, but people found us and came to our establishment who wouldn't have been regular clients just because we had retail products that they wanted. So will you include my business in your advertising and marketing campaigns? Hopefully they're promoting their list of retailers, which will include you, and hopefully acquire new clients from that. Can the manufacturer provide high resolution pictures of their products, and perhaps even hands-on treatment of the practitioners using the products? Images, purchasing images these days on websites or wherever you're going to purchase your electronic images to promote and advertise, can be expensive. So if you're able to get high resolution images from the product manufacturer, now you don't have to buy these at third-party websites. That's another cost savings, and more importantly, it's promoting the retail or promoting your service, and it's just a win-win-win. So it's, of course, you're trying to use your retailing to increase your profit margins, but there's many additional benefits that you'll have with retailing, such as the, getting the free publicity, getting free marketing campaigns, maybe acquiring a greater amount of clients that are just coming in for retail. And oh yeah, while I'm here, I'd love to get that chair massage for 15 minutes. And then you get their hands on them. Oh no, I'm going to have a full hour. So, these are great ways of getting the most you can out of your product manufacturers. Does a product manufacturer provide retail point of sale marketing opportunities such as gift with purchase programs? We love these. Usually gift with purchase programs is you're going to pay the regular wholesale amount for the inventory, but they're going to give you a little gift for free, and you're going to pass that free gift on to the client when they purchase that product. And usually there's signage and imaging and so forth that you can use to promote on social media their gift with purchase programs. That's great. Now they're helping sell the product for you, and that's what you want out of your partner. What are the costs of the marketing programs to you, if any? Hopefully there is none. Usually these gift with purchase programs they will give you, as long as you're paying regular price for their products, they'll give them to you for free. And do you offer any free product with your purchase program, such as buy 12 pieces, receive one free, or get a percentage off, and so forth? Really important. Again, that's going to increase your profitability, because you might not be able to sell above the suggested retail to increase your profitability, but if you pay less for the product, that's where you increase your profits. Can you negotiate a better wholesale price with larger wholesale ordering? Sometimes product manufacturers will have a, buy-in. Oh, you're going to pay, $2,000, $10,000, $20,000, whatever your buy-in may be. But if you're really confident in the product, maybe you've started a new business or something, don't be afraid to ask for more testers, more back bar. maybe get 2 free for every 12 pieces you order or something like this. You have negotiating power when you are making large purchases, especially your initial buy-in. And again, what's your markup or profitability of your retail product? That's really important. You know, don't assume that everything gets doubled in price. Sometimes you're only making 30%. Maybe you can mark something up 400%. Who knows? The sky's the limit with retailing. You have an opportunity to be creative with these experiences, and how creative you are will highly depend on the product manufacturer that you choose, because they might have marketing materials and ideas and suggestions and education that are well beyond anything you thought of. That's kind of their job. Yeah, they're your partner to help you retail their products so that you can improve your income and also increase your business visibility, volume, and so forth. So my name is Selena Belisle. I'm here at CE Institute. I love retailing, and I'm so glad that you're still with me and listen to all that. I hope that some of those questions can help you choose a product retailer. We hope to also see you at another one of our classes. Our website is ceinstitute.com. That's CE as in continuing education, ceinstitute.com. And until your next training, be safe.